Uh, all right, we want to welcome everybody to Testimony Tuesday. I am Pastor H.G. Ragsdale. This is Tamika Egghead Ragsdale. And we back on here with Elder Murray, Curtis Murray. Y'all know this is October. This is the month that we do our cancer awareness. Let's Kill Cancer with Curt Cares, with Bible Life Ministries, a Hustle Muscle production. Everybody know we'll be in Muskogee on October the 21st. We'll be educating people on cancer. We brought Elder Murray back on here today to just talk about some different things he's done. He's been traveling. He's been in Atlanta at some of the cancer conferences, meeting with people from all over the world, the cancer doctors, and being educated on it. And so we know that our community as Black people are in trouble. So he's just going to elaborate on some things. And Oklahoma, y'all, Muskogee, y'all come support this thing where you can see a person that's going through it, still in the land of the giving, and get educated on what's going on in our community. So right now I'm gonna give the floor to you, Elder Curt. I know well, thank you for coming on today. You know, we just had the memorial for your old man, and it was a good thing. So I'm gonna give you the floor and let you go ahead and talk to the people.
All right, I appreciate that, man. First of all, let me say that Pastor Ragsdale conducted the celebration of my dad's home going. He did an excellent job, kept order in the service. It was a Bible Life Ministries celebration. It's a certain way we get down. And man, praise God. It was some wounds, you know what I'm saying, healed. Some relationships started anew. It was a little mess, but you know what? I didn't even hear about it until everything was over. And it still didn't take no shine from God. Right. Lord have mercy. And hey, to you guys that acted a certain way out of your pain, God bless you. I hope you get delivered, right? And let me say this, I forgive you for everything. I don't have to like it, right? But I do forgive you. And whether you know it or not, the same grace and mercy that covers me and my mistakes, it covers you. So I'm going to leave that where it is.
Amen.
And one thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Those two women were beautiful. Your mama and Miss Joanne. That
was beautiful.
Spoke volumes to me, to have his current wife and his first wife sitting together. That was beautiful.
Celebrating that man.
Yeah, they were celebrating a man that they both want. Love.
Yeah.
But that was beautiful. Yeah. That shut everything else down. That was so beautiful.
It did. God showed us that he was in control because he was dealing with his children. Exactly. He's dealing with a lot of real OGs for God. Mm-hmm. Right? We gave God the opportunity because we invited. Mm-hmm. Right? He ain't no forceful God, like you say. We invited him to the situation. The whole process. At the whole process, I was worried about my emotions. But it was God helped me keep mine in check for the most part. It was me being emotionally stable enough to show grace and mercy to other people. And I thank God for that. Right. So with that being said, on the 18th, from the 18th to the 22nd, I was in Atlanta at the Center for Disease Control. And we were housed at Emory University at their hotel that they have. And during this trip, I met people who were there at that same place for clinical trials because they had cancer and all other treatments had ran out. Experimental trials where they just said, hey, I don't have much time, but shoot, experiment on me if it'll help somebody else. It was people that knew it wasn't going to help them, but they were there to help the next generation. And oddly enough, I was at the hotel bar and grill, and just people started talking to me, and they were all cancer people. So I'm like, what is this? A cancer hotel? But then I learned that these people, they make everybody comfortable. So they built a resort to where if you're there for cancer or medical research, you can be as comfortable as possible. Right? Yeah. 5-star hotel, 5-star bar and grill and all of that. So the first day, it was very intimidating because imagine walking into the biggest movie theater you've ever been in, and everything, all these panels, people's up on the big screen, and these are doctors and people that you might see on TV or something if you watch something during COVID, right? And at a point in the meeting, you know, I'm feeling out of place. I'm just sitting there in awe. And they say, do we have any cancer patients that would like to ask any questions? And they had an open microphone, kind of similar to when you on like Jerry Springer or something, where the audience, it'll be a microphone right there. So I got up and I was real nervous, you know, as I felt out of place kind of. I was like, God, why you got me here? So when I started talking, all the emotions came back to me. And I told my story and gave some of the ideas about our Kill Cancer program and some of the testing holidays that I wanted to create by partnering with different public health organizations eventually, right? When I got finished, man, it was people crying, and they stood up and clapped for me. And normally my ego would have been enjoying some people clapping for me, but I just looked around and said, look at God. And because I was crying, I didn't even notice I had tears coming out of my eyes till I sat down and my heart was just fluttering, right? So they finished up with that session, and I went outside to kind of sit at the table and kind of, you know, breathe. I was nervous, kind of happy, kind of scared that all these things that we have been discussing and that we're doing, other people wanted to know what we're doing. So I had literally 15 different organizations at least come up, give me their card. They said, man, when you get Curt Cares legal, we want to mess with you. We want to interact with you and get some of your ideas. Some of them didn't care if Curt Cares was legal. They wanted me to sit in on their programs that they're trying to get out for our community in like Charlotte, North Carolina. And the lady said that she's there for tobacco related cancer, but when I started talking, she was trying to make sure her employees showed up at the conference or whatever. She said she wasn't even supposed to be in that room, and she happened to hear me talk. And from that, she invited me to sit in on the think tank or the round table for Mecklenburg County, which is where Charlotte is, North Carolina. They're developing strategies to get us tested, our community. And so I spent 3 hours today meeting with the same people that invited me and everybody else that gave me their card that I contacted. If you'll notice, the numbers on my testimony jumped up just a little bit on the first one because I told them that it's a requirement that they watch that before I talk to them any further. I thought that was a good way to get people on our channels. And through all of our efforts, if you notice, the little videos moving up a number or two all over the place. Right. So God is starting to marinate what we're doing. God is starting to bring it to fruition on a small, humble scale, right? Humble beginnings. Right. But this is our Super Bowl every time we come and get on tape. Every time Bible Life Ministries, Curt Cares, you know what I'm saying, Hustle Muscle Entertainment, every time we do something, guess what? It's our Super Bowl. Right? So I'm treating 2 people just like I treat 2,000. And I hope I never get over the fact that I cry over what I'm trying to do. and what I've been through. I hope I never lose that authenticity, right? And for that matter, I hope this Bible Life Ministries never lose its style. We just put on a beautiful celebration of life for somebody amidst a lot of thorns and a lot of obstacles to hop over in a myriad of ways. We saw God work that old thing out like it was a ping pong match, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And if that don't tell us that we're doing something right, go join another ministry, because we on a mission. I see it. We building momentum and it's getting ready to go down. So for the rest of that week, I was able to, God blessed me to be able to take in the information and understand these workshops. I end up leading all the discussions in every workshop I was at. People, honestly, these were doctors and everything. And I'm like, man, this ain't me. This is God. And what they were trying to find out is the best way to get to us as Black people. Because here's one shocking thing that I found out. The CDC straight up said Black people are the most likely to get and die from cancer. But because of the rules, we have to say underserved, underinsured communities. And that's the bureaucracy or the red tape or paperwork of government entities. So what it gives us the opportunity, with me serving in a volunteer capacity, they're not paying me, so they can't really tell me what to say and what I can't. They can't say it, but I can say it on their behalf. Black woman, you're the one dying at a higher rate from breast cancer than Black men are from prostate cancer for the same reasons. Black children, because of the fact that we're underserved and underinsured, this HPV virus, this human papilloma virus, it's giving out teenage and adolescent cancer to our genitals, our throats, our mouths. So if you think about it, it's taking away your ability to speak and to produce. So the same thing that's hitting us as older men, there's an enemy out there for our children. And people are trying to figure out a way to speak to us individually as groups. Speaking to Black women by themselves, speaking to Black men by themselves, soft peddling the dangers for our children with the HPV situation, because there is a vaccine for it, but because people are against vaccines, they don't even want to mention that your kid need a vaccine.
My kids got vaccinated with the HPV.
And that's very smart, right? But think about how many won't.
Yeah.
So for me, when I'm hearing all of this, and these are all distinguished people on the panel, everywhere from 80-year-old prostate cancer survivors, people from that worked in public health their whole life. You have a gentleman that's starting with boys at youth to get them to go get checked, even if you ain't playing football. Go get that physical every year, young man. It's free. And if they got a deal in their town where even if you're a cancer victim and you don't have health insurance, they have a program in a clinic that provides all the care you need. You just need to know where it's at. So what they've done is redirect some of the public resources towards prevention and total care. Because what's happening is you let somebody go in the emergency room, they dying, and you have to provide that catastrophic care. That's costing you more than getting them at the first symptom and taking care of, right? So for me, I learned a lot, and I asked myself at the end, they said, what are your takeaways from the meeting itself today? And forgive me for dating myself, but everybody our age remembers the Cosby Show, right? What would the Huxtables say to us if they did an episode about cancer prevention. And this came up off the top of my head. I said Cliff would be on the men to get their prostate checked, right? Claire would be on you about the mammograms, right? And other women's health issues. Theo would be talking to the younger men, the younger fathers, about the equity in getting a life insurance policy and maintaining it all the way for your family, and it'll help you mitigate expenses that you would have to go to the bank for. You could do it for yourself, and that all ties into your health and being around for your family. Rudy and Vanessa would be talking about the dangers of not being vaccinated from the HPV virus, right? And Denise left home, and so I didn't include her. But you get what the gist is if I'm saying. We don't have a real Black family that we can look up to, but the Huxtables would tell us this is not a Cliff problem. This is not a Claire problem. This is not a Denise or a Vanessa or a Rudy problem. This is a Huxtable issue. So from now on, even though Curt Cares is concentrating on prostate cancer, what God let me know is, bro, again, it's not all about you. And I said, well, God, I don't have children. He said, that don't keep you from being a father. And so I don't know what that meant, but if I'm the one that's going to advocate for families and I'm single with no kids, so be it. That's the way God works. Maybe it's easy for you to listen to me. And if I got to be the messenger that you don't like, or I sound arrogant, hey, I've humbled myself to God. And when God gives you a message, man, you're supposed to step boldly. If I got to argue with you to get you tested, or you got to not like me, but it shakes you up enough to go and see if I know what I'm talking about and get the research and get you and your family clued in to the true impact that this will have on you in 10 to 15 to 20 years, so be it, bro. It's what we're destined to do. And what I want everybody to know is this. This is just the beginning. This is a way, right? We're speaking to the family, even if it's separated, right? This is the beginning of God bringing us together on a myriad of issues. And this little fight that they've set up and pitting our men against our women and all that in the public and all that stuff, man. And then for the people who want to change their lifestyles and all, that's cool. But guess what? If you have ovaries and breasts or had them, you're susceptible to women's type of cancer. If you had a penis or testicles, male hormones, you're susceptible to male cancers. So I don't care what your lifestyle choices is. I know you, I love you enough to speak directly to you and tell you it's time for us to start the same way we sit around the campfire or sit around watching Tyler Perry or our favorite reality show or favorite news show. We need to spend some family time on making sure all of us are being checked, not just for cancer, but just regular checkups, better dental hygiene. If you need them glasses, man, go on and wear them, right? And for most of us too, I'm not even talking about those of us that don't have insurance. I'm talking about those that have the means. We have jobs. We have insurance. Let's start right there. Yeah. I mean, let's start with us. And so I believe that all of these things are leading up to us really, really holding up that bloodstained banner for God, because listen, if we ain't around, we can't do his work. And we don't want to be the man during the flood that was sitting on the roof of the house and let a boat go by, a big piece of wood go by, and a helicopter go over his head, talking about he was waiting on God and got to heaven. And God said, hey, Man, I sent you 3 rides up out of the flood and you didn't take
it. Already. Yeah.
So for me, man, I mean, I don't mean to make this short and everything, but we got work to do. I would like to do more detailed updates because, quite honestly, I would love to talk more about the children's cancers and more about women's health, but I have to educate myself a little bit more before I feel comfortable enough speaking about it and making people understand what I'm trying to say. But I would like to reiterate that this is a family issue now. It's not just dad. That family photo with the dad, mom, and the kids, everybody's in danger of this cancer thing. And they're hitting us with it from all different ways. And if you notice, it all attacks our ability to reproduce. That's a spiritual implication. That's a pestilence. That's a biblical thing that we need to have the lamb's blood on our door, right? So the plague will pass us by. Well, education, awareness, early prevention, and quite honestly, getting to know God is the main part of that. And I'm not apologizing for how I got here. So if you're somebody of a different religion, or maybe you don't believe in God, just respect the fact that this is where I stand, right? And I'm 100% committed to you and your family enhancing your healthcare experience and giving you a better quality of life. This belief that I have is my kung fu out here in this spiritual battle. The spiritual battle takes place in our mind. We have to get our carnal mind under subjection to our spirit, and we can accomplish whatever we want to accomplish. And I'm just saying that right now, I'm continuing to educate myself. I've got a couple of more meetings with a couple of more organizations, but I'm working on Curt Cares, and website to be built in a couple of weeks. Again, we're doing our Kill Cancer concert on October 21st. And there's a great man of God that he's helping us out, man. We received a TV spot for no cost, and people are watching it. So when we deliver this program, it's a seed, and we'll be able to grow it and nurture it and plant other seeds in other places. And man, I'm looking forward to it. So really, too, I would like to hear what y'all think about this new thing with me learning that it's a family thing with this cancer prevention. It's grown past prostate for me. Like, I can't unsee what I saw. I can't unlearn what I learned. This is our whole family structure. And if it sounds like, yeah, go ahead.
About it, it's always been a family thing. It just was not run. It was just not brought out front because everybody was dying, and then you didn't know why they were dying. Kids were dying, the women were dying, and the men were dying in all of our families. And then you were here later on, well, she had cancer, he had cancer, or that kid was born with cancer. It's never been brought out front. Everything that your grandma, your great grandma, and everybody used to pray off of you, we done stopped praying like they used to pray. They used to fast on their knees to keep everybody around them safe from all hurt, harm, danger. Like you said, the lamb's blood over their door. They used to go and pray over their doors and put oil and stuff over every door, everything in their house. We don't do that no more. So that's why everything is coming out. God says we fight with spirit. Well, we fight with principalities. We fighting with that. That's what it is. Just like you just mentioned, it's coming back. But if you think about it, also the reason why there's so many Black people dying from it, I'm not gonna just say it, but it's true. These doctors don't care.
No, and we're the most disobedient. We're the most disobedient.
We are. They'll tell you that you have. I see something, but you need to come back. That we'll shut it off. oh, I'm not listening to what they said. I'm just going to pray it out. God says use your common sense. He gives us common sense for a reason. That's discernment. He gives us that for a reason. But if you be hard-headed, like we in Isaiah now talking about hard-headed people, that's us. And he's talking to us. And all of this, like you said, coming to fruition. Like I just let baby read this morning for my daily bread, my daily reading today. We're God's masterpieces. We're his masterpieces. Everything he's already painted everything for us. It's for us to be able to see his vision.
That's right.
So all of this already been there. It's just for us to get it.
Yeah.
So at this meeting was like they have this children's hospital up here that treat cancer, kids with cancer. Scottish Rites. They have all these different organizations. Mm-hmm. Do you think the Black people are getting
equal care
in places like that? Or
no, because of the mistrust that we have for even going to the doctor. It's not a fact of they won't treat you, it's they can't reach you. Because some of the racial disparity. Let's just get real. Because we got a lot of people that don't give a care about us in the profession. I would say it like this. I almost said something that would be repellent, but a lot of times when people of our skin color go through things, it's a dehumanizing way that it's looked at. But if another person of another hue or another nationality, the majority of this country, if they're not in pain, there is no pain. Okay? And I'll give you an example. When it was crack cocaine, it was send them to jail. Public enemy number one. When it came to opioids, pain pills, and methamphetamine, it was send them to rehab. And oh my God, they're doing so bad. So what we have to do is start doing everything we can to look out for each other. And that's where we have an infrastructure. It's called the Black church. But if you drive around every neighborhood you can go through, you'll see boarded up churches that's sitting there. That could be testing centers, could be feeding places. If you want to just fix a pot of stew and go feed as many people as you could until you run out, that church is boarded up. And in a time of a storm and everything, the ones that's open close their doors. If we could just use the infrastructure that God has set up, we have a place to have a concert. We'll have a place with microphones, a place with seats, a place with 503c, a place that can receive funding, right? We have it. We have to re-engage our men of God and put them on a righteous path with what we're doing. And we can do that through engaging them. But if we don't ask, us, me and you, us, all of us, if we don't ask the right questions and demand of ourselves that we ask them and put them in a position, I just want to put you as a salesman. I want to tell you, identify the need and put you in a position to make a decision. Tell me why you don't want to help solve this issue in your community with your own parishioners. So just skip one time of asking for tithes and ask them to get tested. Can you do that?
Nah.
I'm not trying to be funny, and for the man of God to see this, yeah, I'm gonna be in a little tongue in cheek, but I'm serious, man. What are we willing to ask of ourselves in order to get this goal accomplished? And I'm willing to ask everything of me. I'm sold out to it. I think You know, I always wondered, would I be a preacher? Would I be a man? I know I'm a man of God, but now God's giving me a ministry, and man, I'm willing to give the rest of my life to this, man. And I thought it was just gonna be prostate cancer and black men, but it's the black family, man. It's my nephew and nieces. It's my sister-in-law. It's my sister cousin-in-law. It's all and her children. You know what I'm saying? Your children. I mean, they're all my nephews and nieces, man. They don't know me. I love them anyway. And I'm trying to look out. And I'm gaining confidence and knowing that God got me on the right path because he broke through so many strongholds during a time of great grief for me. Some of the things that I saw this weekend at the celebration for my dad's homegoing, in combination with the trip to Atlanta, in combination with the mission that we're on as an organization, I'm pleased. And I know we're on the right track. We're getting confirmation and witnesses to our efforts and the fact that we are walking in the light. Now, it's going to be some devils come out and try to jump us. But, bro, we got our armor strong, right? Shit, you know, we're on the mission, man. And just the only thing that can stop us now is time. We got to make the most of this time. We have to. And I just encourage everyone under the sound of our voice to start to research this HPV if you have small children, you know, and ask questions of your neighbors or, you know, let's get to, and I developed a strategy also called Tell Two People. Just ask two people that you know, man, have you and your kids been tested this year? Do y'all get wellness checkups? Well, I know you got insurance. Check and see if y'all got a free wellness check and let them know that you want to be checked for certain things concerning your demographic, right? Yeah. And go ahead.
I said amen to that.
Yeah. Oh, and I just think that ask or tell two people, man, that's a network mark. They use that to sell things. Hey, you tell two people how to sell something, they teach two people, and then pretty soon you got a whole pyramid of people that's speaking the same thing that you spoke. Well, why come we can't use that principle with awareness? Like it's going to take a groundswell of talking and reasoning before people will actually go get tested, but we're not even having the conversations. So what I'm trying to say is, let's start having that family conversation, right? And y'all forgive me, but I wrote something else down that bothered me also. And this will be another mission for us when we take this out of the U.S. borders, because I think that's where it'll take us. At that conference, you had Puerto Ricans, Samoans, West Indians, on all their brochures, it was the white versions of all those countries. With the Samoan, you remember the Samoan SWAT team with the afros and
yeah.
What's the cancer numbers on them? Where are the cancer numbers that on them nappy head Puerto Ricans? You didn't have them on any of your brochures or any of your website information, right? They had the nerve to send people who weren't their Afro, right, version of it. Meaning these foreign countries, we're such a low priority that they, in that casting system, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, things of that nature. And if y'all get mad, man, just wear it. Just own it. I'm not backing off or apologizing for it. So I saw it, or I didn't see it. The Afro version of a lot of your Hispanic countries, they didn't send nothing but their white version of them. Where are the numbers for the lesser people in your countries? So if you're some of these organizations that are sending people to America, it's noticeable that you don't have your darker skinned people represented in any of your cancer plans that I saw. And I would like to change that too. And please forgive me if I've offended anyone, but it's the truth. And we're going to stop playing with the truth, right? Pastor, I hope I didn't offend nobody, but man, hey, I did not see any Afro-Samoans, any Afro-Cubans, any Afro-Puerto Ricans represented in any kind of way. And we know they there. I bet you they on your news getting arrested by the police like we are. I bet you they're in your hospitals dying of no health care and negligence like we often are. So for God's children, let's act like God's children. And I'm not demonizing anyone. I'm saying you're doing an incomplete job and you're doing a disservice to the lesser people by coming to America and not having all of your communities represented, especially the lesser of your social structures. Because it's the colonial public structure has always got the darker skinned people. Wherever you go, they're the ones in the ghettos and getting less public services. That's just the truth.
Yeah, facts. Facts. Wow. Wow. So if someone watches this and wanted to reach out to you, do you have an email address where they can reach out to you and contact you to get information or to receive help where you could steer them in the right direction? How can they contact you?
Yeah, for right now, until Curt Cares is up and running, I would appreciate if you could contact me at C as in Charlie, L as in Larry, M as in Mary, J as in Jerry, R as in Richard, U as in umbrella, S as in snake, CLMJRUS@gmail.com. And if you can reach out to me whichever way you want to contact me or you want me to contact you, I will try to be back in contact with you within 24 hours. And we can start from there. And as this thing goes along and I get more of my stuff together, there'll be a website with resources. And also, you can always reach out in the comments and contact Pastor in the comments. Our information will be there with the Ragsdale channel. Hey, Ragsdale channel, Curt Cares, Bible Life Ministries, Hustle Muscle Entertainment. We're all one family, and that's never going to change. So whether you contact Pastor or you want to contact me at, again, CLMJRUS, that's like Curtis Lee Murray Jr., United States, @gmail.com.
So as we come to a conclusion, what you basically told us, there is an issue. There is an issue. Because a lot of people, if it don't hit their home directly, they don't care.
Yeah.
But just conclude us with that there is an issue and it's growing and it needs to be addressed before basically our race will be what is it called? The
dying breed.
We're a dying breed or a dying race.
Dying race.
Or we're losing people.
They're trying.
See, here's the thing about it, and I'll say it this way, and hopefully this is a Curtism though. If cancer's not in your home, you're not looking. I mean, somebody, grandma, I'm just saying, you're not looking.
Yeah.
That's wow. Mm-hmm. Wow.
That's what I found out. Curt, you've been looking at you. I didn't give you this message just for you. I want a man with no family to bless families. I want a man with no children to speak to children. I want a man that don't mind taking a whipping to give some whippings. And we need to be whipped into shape on taking care of our health. Our village is suffering because we're not sticking around long enough to be elders. I'm getting called an elder at 50 something. Think about that.
Right. Yeah, that don't make sense. Yeah. That's wild.
But we got to take what we can get.
Yeah. Yeah. You already called an OG. Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all are the elders. 53, 50 and up. Y'all. Yeah. Y'all are the elders. Yeah. And that is
wow. That's scary. That's scary.
That's not right. And we got an opportunity to change it. Yeah. Even if we don't see the reaps the benefits in our lifetime, we could be Moses. He didn't get to see the promised land, but look what he did.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not looking for instant recognition on anything. I'm not looking to be liked. I'm not even looking to be appreciated. I just want to be heard, so I can get out of my mouth what God would have me to say. And I'll let the chips fall where they may from there. But this is a full family, from great grandma, whoever's alive, all the way to who's born. We got to do better on our health care. And that goes to our eating. That goes to what we're putting in our bodies. That goes to the way we think about eating. Eat to live, don't live to eat. Look at me, man. I got to learn. I'm dealing with that honestly and forthrightly. And all I'm saying is it's a us problem. It's not a me problem anymore. I went to Atlanta thinking that it was a me thing. How can I get Black men tested the best way? No, how can we get our family, right, to follow common sense and strengthen our bond with God by being obedient to the message that he's giving you? You can give your family a raise and pay your house off by taking care of your health.
Wow. Wow. That'll preach that.
You just said that.
Yeah. That's
said that.
Yeah. That's real.
You can create generational wealth by not getting that house taken because of your end of life experiences, and your kids actually don't have to pay rent and they have a home.
Wow.
And that's what we're losing. So with that, I know I went over, but man, I'm overjoyed at what we're doing. I'm just another link in the chain. And I think our chain is getting strengthening. It's getting longer, but it's getting tighter. And we just got to keep building. And that's what I want to do, man. I encourage everybody to comment, like, subscribe, share the channel, and go back to go down to the bottom, and there are some powerful messages and Bible studies that we can all benefit from. I go back and watch different ones in my leisure. So, and if you want to help us out, when you're cleaning one Saturday or whatever, just put it on Ragsdale channel and push play all. It will help us out tremendously. And comment on any video you choose when you get a chance. And I like to say thank you and God bless you. And until the next time, we family. We all we got in this fight. And until other people start joining in, we got to hold up the bloodstained banner on the Black family. And we can take care of other families with the way we take care of each other. If this spreads out to other people, so be it. But we got to take care of us. Again, if you see a good fight, and this is a good fight, get in it.
Already.
Another thing, if you have the flyer, just know that the Cash App code is on the flyer. So all you guys have to do is scan the code and send your Cash App, or, if you would like to donate, cash. This is for the event. This is for the Let's Kill Cancer event, the donations there we're talking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just scan the code that's on the flyers. If you don't have the flyer, just look it up on the YouTube, mash pause, scan the code from there. And we appreciate all donations. No amount is too small. Whatever you give from your heart, we appreciate. God bless it. And
that's right. That's right. We're gonna he said it all. I mean, he said it all. You find a good fight, get in it. This is a good fight. And we'll get this to you because it needs to be on Facebook. Yeah. The stuff you just said, we got to get that on Facebook some kind of way. It's so many people right there in Muskogee, in that surrounding area, man, that need to hear what you spitting. So, matter of fact, some of them right around the corner. I mean, from you know what I'm saying?
I feel
they are out to the concert or whatever, but like I said, it's a lot deeper than the concert. The concert is a draw. Don't get us wrong, we're gonna make it do what it do with the music, but that ain't the sole purpose. We, like you said, we gotta start we gotta do better. We gotta educate our people, including me. You know what I'm saying? After this is over, I'm stepping up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting till we get this out the way. But
I'm glad to hear that, man.
Yeah, we all gotta do better, man. And we appreciate you. We love you. Like I said, everything. I think this is gonna keep you busy.
Yes.
With and it'll keep you kind of going as you're in a grieving process.
Yeah.
And it'll keep everybody that's around you going also.
Yeah.
Keeping auntie busy and engaged and stuff. Cause we'll be down there, you know, before the event, hopefully a day before. And we'll talk. It's gonna be big, man. And this
is just the beginning. Yeah, it's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
This is just our second year with it in this city. You know, like you said, maybe we'll go to North Carolina next year with it, South Carolina, wherever. We'll be able to.
They looking at what we're doing. Exactly. They monitoring what we're doing right now.
Yeah, we're gonna record
our little humble program.
Right.
It's gonna go nationwide.
Yeah, we're gonna Facebook live it. We're gonna live it on YouTube. We're gonna live it wherever we can, and we can get it on Instagram live, wherever we can get it live. We're gonna go live that day.
We're gonna try to create a Kill Cancer tour.
Right. And already.
And that'll be a blessing from God. You know? And there's no telling how many people that we can reach and be able to teach. Reach and teach.
That's it.
That's Bible Life.
Yeah.
We preach.
That's Bible Life.
Yeah.
That's us. That's our code, man. We just living up to what we said. That's all.
We're getting our merch out. We're getting the real merch out.
Oh, are we gonna have any Kill Cancer t-shirts just with Kill Cancer?
Yes. Okay. We'll have that. We're gonna try to have that. We'll have that. We'll have we'll have the Curt Cares. We want everybody there to walk out with a Curt Cares, Kill Cancer. We want everybody there. I mean, because if you look at it, most people don't give to what we're doing, but that one day, and I want people that don't even go to church. I got some partners that don't do church. They don't trust church, but they trust us.
Right. Yeah.
So that day, they'll get whatever we throw at them. Just to say, hey, I gave for that one day. And I
support it.
Yeah, I support it.
That's a start. And for brothers like that, no telling, they see it on their shirt every day, they'll start talking.
Right.
That real merch is restoring everlasting atonement life. To restore our lives. Back to God.
This is what we're doing.
That's real.
This is it. This is what we're doing.
Real is cancer is real. So it's real.
Yeah. You know? Hey, and it might just strengthen some families.
My God.
Yeah.
Bring the fathers back home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta bring them home. Women, stop putting them outside.
Yeah. We gotta bring them home. we definitely got to stop bringing them home in boxes.
In boxes.
That's what I'm saying.
We got to stop that. Yeah, we got to stop them home like that. We got to bring them back home under they wheel. Yeah. But we gonna get off here, man, and just like I said, thank you for everything.
Yeah.
It's right amazing. It's amazing that, I mean, it's amazing that went through what he went through and checked up out of here, and then all of this is happening, because this will be something that he will be right there guiding us through, saying, don't do this, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? He will be
putting us in contact with people.
Right. He will be navigating us through this.
Yeah.
So
but his spirit lives in us. His spirit is in us. He put enough of himself in all of us. We can get this done.
Right. Yeah, that's what we count on. That's what we count on. So hopefully everybody listen and hear what you're saying and start reaching out to you, because there's a lot of people that's going through and they keeping it quiet. So hopefully you'll be that, that avenue where they can open up and talk through your transparency. They'll feel comfortable with bringing it to you, and we can each one teach one,
Yeah.
But we're gonna get up out of here, man.
Right on.
Y'all be blessed to the next. Be blessed to the next. Each one teach one.
Amen.
We out.
Yeah.